hello there everyone. Andy Spoons here. Hope this finds you well. I am just covering some parceling out of materials right now. So basically there was a really large log of Silky Oak that I managed to get my hands on a little while ago, and in this video you'll see me kind of struggling with breaking it apart because there were a lot of hidden branches inside, which can be, something that you just have to deal with green wood, because you're basically following the grain and seeing where everything goes. But as you can see, I managed to get 5 eating spoons of really clean lengths of timber and another 5 cooking spoons. I might be able to get 6 or 7 out of that just because of the thickness of this piece of wood. Might be able to split it in a different orientation. There's still much more kind of meat on the bones, as you could say, in the wood, but because of those hidden branches, I'm kind of doing my best to just avoid that stuff until I need to carve that, because basically what you have to do is pare off those areas where the knots are just to make your life easier. The long short of it is I'm now ready to make another 10 or so spoons out of that log, which will be in the next video, and I hope you enjoy this. If you do, please consider subscribing and liking the videos, and feel free to let me know in the comments what you would like to see next. Okay, so here we are uncovering all of my wood stock and the big piece of Silky Oak. I cover everything just to keep the moisture content in and to keep the sun off the wood. There's a little wattle bird hanging out by my workshop. So yeah, just bringing this big piece of Silky Oak over to a space where I can set my axe in. I like to just bury the axe once and then strike it. I'm actually going to make a video really soon about making a maul, because this was all I could find in the workshop that was heavy enough to put a dent in this log, because it's really tricky. Lots of twists and turns. You can see it's worth it though. That's beautiful, beautiful radial grain in the Silky Oak. So I like to, and there's me trying to get the throw in. It's just too much mass to have to remove. So back to the axe with a slightly smaller log. I will be making a maul, which is basically just a club to hit the back of the axe with. You can see all those little waves in the grain tell you that there's going to be some kind of inclusion or a branch or a knot, just something going on inside, which really does make it much more challenging to carve. And so here I am just trying to parcel out what's worth my time and what ends up just getting chucked to the side for later. And here is what I ended up with. You can see some branches sticking out there. Once I'm out of that area of splitting, I can use the froe again, because the froe has a much narrower blade which gets in between the fibers of the wood and makes it much nicer to split. That way you can split the wood in the way that the grain actually wants to split, whereas the axe really does force its way in when you're splitting. So I'm just making sure that I'm making the most of the froe while it's here and splitting off any bits that I would otherwise use the axe for, and if I don't need to, I can just take out big chunks. Here I am cutting off a knot so that that piece can be turned into an eating spoon blank. Those knots really just create way too many annoying challenges in the long run. If you can avoid them, I highly recommend it. You can see me trying to split this, and right where the wood hits that knot, it just turns in all different directions. And here's a little slow-mo of all of the spoons that I ended up parceling out of that. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope this finds you well.